Hello Youtubies, this is King Scribe and thanks for watching this YouTube video. And I want to make a sensible video here. I usually do 1 out of 4 sensible videos, so here's one for you. Now, on YouTube, there's a lot of people collaborating at the moment. You get all the small channels collaborating with slightly bigger channels or similar size channels or similar topic channels. And you can almost guarantee that if anybody tries to collaborate with you who you don't know or just suddenly joins the scene, about 90% of them will stab you in the back eventually. Okay, it seems to be the way on YouTube. It might just be a hilarious response from some people, but there are some people out there who are hell-bent on stabbing each other in the back at some point. Maybe it's to increase their channel, maybe it's to get the emotions flowing on YouTube. But you know, I might be a bit of a dick on YouTube sometimes, and I admit sometimes I am, but I've had people stab me in the back on YouTube in the past. I mean, really bad. I've had people, you know, spread fucking malicious rumours even though I've helped them in the past. I can think of one particular YouTuber who decided to go out of his way to blame me for trolling Stephen Moffat off Twitter. Now, Stephen Moffat actually came back online and on TV and said he didn't leave because of the trolls on Twitter or YouTube. He left because it was interfering with his work. But yet this guy thought it would be just to actually say, oh, what would you do if it was him? I mean, that is kind of psycho, really. That's the sort of people you're dealing with. He got a little bit of fame, maybe a couple hundred subscribers, and suddenly he was King Don of YouTube. He believed it. And he had the audacity back in the past, when I made this Doctor Who Mafia Facebook page, to actually, I mean, I actually allowed him to be a moderator on one of the YouTube, not YouTube channels, but Facebook pages, which had hundreds upon hundreds of followers, because we were actually dealing with the cutting of Doctor Who. And he had the audacity to pin the trolling of Stephen Moffat on Twitter, which was just silly trolling by some kids, to me, and then tried to turn all my friends against me, right, on YouTube, and to say, oh, look at the site he's made, Doctor Who Mafia. I'm not sure if anybody remembers that on YouTube, on Facebook, but that was actually made. And he said, oh, it's so negative and blah 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 blah. Yet he had knives and guns hanging off his fucking wall, and he has the audacity to say that Doctor Who Mafia, a bit of a joke and a bit of a laugh on YouTube and Facebook, was something very serious. It was so fucking trivial and so fucking contrived that I have to say that guy's a complete psycho. Right? Now, I know I can be a bit of a dick on YouTube, but I'm not that bad. I don't stab people in the back, and I don't go out my way to destroy people on YouTube or to try to damage their channels in some way. I'm seeing it more and more on YouTube, by the way. I'm seeing it among my friends. I'm seeing it among a lot of people. I don't think everyone is a psycho on YouTube who's doing it. I think some people find it funny. I think some people are offended by certain things. But then just remember something, right? You know, you guys have been hanging around for fucking ages. You've been helping each other, and you always forget the details about what's happened in the past. You forget the good times you've had. You forget the times you've helped each other. You forget all those hours that you've collaborated with each other. And what's more important is a fucking petty argument that some of you guys have been having, and suddenly it's all hell breaking out. I know some people actually find it funny, and indeed sometimes I find it a little bit funny, but I don't like the stabbing in the back, you know, when it's intentional, when it's malicious, when it's to damage another channel to grow your own. I think that's wrong, and I can see so many YouTubers trying to do that. You get these YouTubers that are almost on the same level as you. If you're on YouTube or somebody's way down on the ladder and they come to you and they try to befriend you, and you can guarantee those fuckers will stab you in the back at some point. It's not all of them. It's not the sensible, not usually the sensible ones, but they're usually like psycho in a way, and then they try to damage your channel later on. They'll spread a malicious rumour, they'll be talking behind your back saying, oh, look what he does, porn reviews, etc. and they'll twist it in other people's minds. Suddenly this is really serious, you know. They don't see the fucking joke in it. They don't see the hilarity and the laughter and the fact that you're trying to make people laugh or laugh. It's like a joke. They take everything as fucking literal, and they stab you in the back at the last minute. Now, I'm seeing this with some of my friends on YouTube. Matrix Law 212. I think it's I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, and I don't think the people who are actually in this feud, I mean, I'm not even sure if this is actually a real feud in itself, but it could just be to entertain the public. But I'm seeing people just falling out with them for what seems to be trivial reasons. A strike on a channel somewhere, somebody's flagged something down, and I had a little feud with That's the Way It Goes years ago, and we flagged each other's fucking videos all the time. Eventually we just grew out of it and thought, fuck that, I'm not getting involved in that anymore, it's silly. But we were just messing around. It was a different channel. They were much smaller than the ones we had, our main ones, but we were just taking the piss out of each other all the time. But it wasn't maliciously intended to destroy a channel, and I've seen people do this on YouTube. I've seen Whovians, some of you are so devious, it's beyond the joke. You know, you go onto YouTube and you attack other YouTubers and you try to promote your videos by trying to downgrade other YouTubers, and I'm seeing that. Now, do you want me to tell you something, right, to get this into your fuckers' heads, right? When you get the big YouTubers, the Amazing Atheist and people like this, they collaborate with other YouTubers, but they don't stab each other in the back, and they succeed. When you stab somebody in the back on YouTube, you are actually damaging your own channel, because you no longer have that interaction. You no longer have that social interaction which you need, because the bigger YouTubers are going up. They are flying up. PewDiePie and all that, they're always interacting with other YouTubers. And you think you having a little petty argument with some YouTuber who has maybe 1,000 subscribers or less is going to really help your channel? You're going to stunt your fucking growth in time. I do believe that Google Plus, by the way, isn't really that good. I don't believe collaborating all the time on Google Plus is a good thing. I think you need to concentrate on your own channels now and again. But I also I question feuds, real ones. I question it. I mean, sometimes they are pretty funny. You know, it's always good to see a good feud now and again. But sometimes I have to question some of these YouTubers. Beware of the knife in the back. Alright? Beware of some of these YouTubers, and it's not my friends on YouTube. It's not this thing to do with Matrix Law 212. I've seen some sneaky fuckers on YouTube. Alright, I can think of one, and I can think of some of them coming up from their network. They're rising up a little bit and trying to contact bigger YouTubers than themselves, or people who they think are somebody who might help them. Sneaky fuckers they are. Guys, if you're making Whovian videos and somebody below you tries to befriend you and talk to you, etc., be very careful on YouTube, because you don't know what you're dealing with. You can be very fucking naive sometimes, so be careful. That's my warning to Whovians and other YouTubers out there. There are certain fuckers out there who are hell-bent on getting themselves to the top, to being the number one, and they get jealous of other YouTubers. I mean, I'm no big Mr. Tardis fan, right, but I won't attack him, because I remember when he came to my defense, and I also came to his defense against that Shema Blinker guy, Aspergen Star 2009, who's now gone from YouTube because he's a paedophile and ended up in prison, and I defended him. And then later, the year later, he came to my defense after there was a smear campaign on YouTube that claimed that I was damaging Doctor Who. He came to my defense without even being asked. Now that shows somebody's a real good guy. People do actually attack him sometimes, but I see him as a good guy, you know. And, you know, we do get a little bit jealous of people sometimes. I mean, even I do now and again. You think, oh, fucking hell, what's going on here? He's making billions and I'm only making a couple of quid now and again. But you know, you got to control your emotions sometimes. You've got to control your jealous rages sometimes, because we all get a little bit jealous now and again. We all see people having a bigger cake and thinking, fucking hell, I wish I had that one. You know, we look at PewDiePie and think, fucking hell, I wish I had his channel, you know, because then I would fucking troll like fuck. You know, that's probably what I would do. But that's how YouTube works. So guys, be safe. You know, be safe, and don't be sorry on YouTube. Now, people might think I'm saying this about them on YouTube. I'm not. I'm just giving you examples of what happens on YouTube, and I've seen it so many fucking times that I've lost count. You will meet psychos on YouTube. You do meet them. And, you know, I disagree with some people on YouTube, but if somebody is nice to me on YouTube or helps me out, I'm not going to stab them in the back. I never do that. And, you know, some people might think I do because I behave like a dick on YouTube sometimes. But that's the whole point. You know what you're dealing with. You know I'm not two-faced. If I want to say something, I say something. But I don't stab fucking people in the back. Usually what happens, they stab me in the back first, and then I retaliate with hilarity. I'm thinking of Asperger's Star 2009 when he did it ages ago. He's no longer on YouTube, of course, but when he did it, I mean, literally, he was calling me a paedophile and all that on YouTube, if people remember. So, interestingly, he was one himself, but you know, he called me that, and he came up with a load of nasty smears behind my back, sending PM after PM to my subscribers, to my friends on YouTube, spreading more smears, and suddenly I was under attack again. And by the way, Mr. Tyler's Reviews actually then came to my defense again on there. So we've got to look at this, you know, don't get jealous of other people. Remember the good stuff they do. Don't always remember the things that you disagree. Just because you disagree doesn't mean it's bad. We all go to disagree sometimes, and it could just be their fucking style on YouTube. Okay? Anyway, thank you for watching, and goodbye for now. See you later.